This is another kind of like frustratingly difficult question near the end of the section when you're probably panicking over time. But we're going to do what we always do with these. We're going to try to narrow our focus to smaller ideas. We're really trying to match things instead of just kind of having a feeling for what's right. If we can match and point to things, then we're going to be much more confident. So first of all, we should narrow our focus to the sentence that they care about, sentence 4. And it says, just because some people found the broadcast unsettling, the authors contend, doesn't mean they believed it and reacted with real terror. So I don't really get much out of this. Normally I'm looking for things that structurally will place the sentence somewhere, like a pronoun or some sort of transition word, something that kind of puts it next to another sentence when I read the rest of the paragraph. I don't really get that. The only thing that kind of jump out is maybe some strong words, are words like unsettling and real terror, and like I guess maybe the middle part saying that there's some sort of contrast between them. That's kind of what's going on. There's some sort of like, I don't know if contrast is the right word, but similar idea. We're going to keep with that word. So okay, now if I read, look at these answer choices. I got a lot of places where I could place this, and that's tricky. That's normally means I got to read the whole thing and really understand this paragraph is put together. So when I do that, I'm going to skip sentence 4. Hopefully I can see if there's any gap between sentence 3 and 5 then that maybe I hear where this sentence should be placed. But let's read and kind of also narrow our focus, dumb summarize as we go. Proof of ulterior motives is scarce. We changed that piece, I forget to what. For instance, the C.E. Hooper ratings indicate that a mere 2% of households had tuned into the broadcast. Pooley and Sokolow also call into question the validity of an off-cited report that was based on a survey conducted 6 weeks after the broadcast. According to this report, 1 million people indicated that they had been frightened by the broadcast. The reason I just got excited there is that sentence 5 clearly is referencing something in sentence 3. And I don't remember sentence 4 talking about a report. So I want to bring 3 and 5 together. So honestly, right now, where it is not good. According to this report, 1 million people indicated they had been frightened by the broadcast. Okay, that's a word that kind of matches with terror. Ratings, however, reveal that far fewer than 1 million people had been listening to the broadcast. Furthermore, Pooley and Sokolow note that this survey conflated being frightened, disturbed, or excited by the program with being panicked. So notice I'm starting to see words that are similar to the words that came up in my choice in my sentence 4. So that's a good sign. It means it probably needs to go there. So that means it's probably not B either, because what sentence 2 is about, it has nothing to do with fear or terror. So this just seems like a random kind of thought that doesn't really match with what sentence 4 is about. So then the question is, does it go here or here? Let's try to mark those. Here or after sentence 7. So at the end. And this is tricky. A lot of people get this wrong. Let's think about it again. According to this report, 1 million people indicated that they had been frightened by the broadcast. Just because some people found the broadcast unsettling, the authors contend doesn't mean they believed it and reacted with real terror. Well, that kind of could go there. But when we place a sentence, we have to think about if we're placing it somewhere that's going to break up another pair, right? Like before, I got excited because 3 and 5 are clearly a pair of sentences that go together. They introduce a report, and then they refer back to it in a way that shows that, oh, this sentence is going to follow this other one. We have a similar thing going on here with sentence 4 and 5. 5 and 6. Oh, see, it's getting jumbled. According to this report, 1 million people indicated they'd been frightened by the broadcast. Ratings, however, reveal that far fewer than 1 million people have been listening to the broadcast. So plopping sentence 4 in between those two things breaks up a really similar idea about the number of people and talking about, is it a lot of people, is it little people, what's going on? So I get why sentence 4 could follow sentence 5. But it's much more important to me that sentence 6 follows sentence 5. Because those two things are the only two sentences that talk about the number of people like that. And I want to keep those together. I don't want to break up similar ideas. Now, if we put sentence 4 after sentence 7, we wouldn't break anything up at all. So that would be okay. And let's look at sentence 7, because in that sentence, I also underlined or highlighted some similar words to unsettling and terror, right? Furthermore, Pooley and Sokolow note that this survey conflated being frightened, disturbed, or excited by the program with being panicked. Just because some people found the broadcast unsettling, the authors contend, doesn't mean they believed it and reacted with real terror. So it's actually also a better fit to put it after 7. And the reason really is that sentence 7 is also making the same kind of contrast that sentence 4 is making. It's saying that it's conflating or linking being frightened with being panicked. And sentence 4 is saying no, being unsettled, disturbed, is not the same thing as being afraid, terror. So they're also kind of hitting the same idea. And that's a lot to think about so close to the end of the test when you're running out of time. But it is following the same principles that we use for other sentence placement questions, and this is why, narrowing your focus at least lets us notice things that we might not otherwise see if we're thinking too big on the picture, right? We really want to kind of look at little things in sentence 4 to help guide us and find matching ideas in the other sentences and everything like that. So yeah, it's a tricky one, but do the best you can. And you can always spend more time on it if you get to 44 and are done. But I wouldn't want you to miss out on 43 and 44 because you spent too much time on this. So just kind of go as fast as you can, get to the other 2, and then come back if you have more time.